My two personalities.
Good morning on Friday. I had my oats this morning. As you can see, my pot is there. I had not chocolate oats. It's funny because for most things in life, I will always veer to some sort of chocolate. But with oats, I think plain is better. So I was sitting here eating my oats and I got two notifications on my phone. And one was to message my brother, and the next was beach day. I obviously put these in my calendar weeks, maybe months ago. And I'd forgotten about them. And I was like, oh, these things are happening today. That's cool. But it brings me to today's topic of discussion. And my main claim is that with the onset of these like digital calendars that are like enrooted in my smartphone, I'm losing my memory. And I don't mean I can't remember anything anymore. I just choose not to because I offload that onto technology. On that offloading, because that's exactly what it's designed to do. Like humans can only process X amount of information. So these things are helping us. Or are they helping us? Have we lost like the act of remembering itself? And maybe in that, are we losing certain facts? Are we losing the ability to tell stories? Are we losing something because of this offloading? I think today we'll investigate that and message my brother and go to the beach. Okay, I'm about to head off, and you know that I was fine-tuning a machine learning model yesterday. Some context on it. I'm using about 5 million lines of text to fine-tune it, and it was running the whole night, and we're only on 30% of its way. It hasn't even made it through. You can see here, it says, if we look at the learning rate over here, you see epoch 0.89. This means that it's only made it through. It hasn't even made it through, like completely read it's about basically 90% of the way through reading that training data set. And effectively I'm going to do that 3 times. So we're sitting at 30%. But this computer is actually a machine because it's running I'm training 2 different models at the same time. So yeah, it's going to be up until Saturday, I guess. So this is how I'm currently walking around or walking to my office today, because it's like raining just a little bit that the MacBook would get wet, and I normally wouldn't have the umbrella, and this thing is heavy. It's one of the perks for cloud computing and not local computing. But anyway, let's have a seat here. We can have an interim break. Also, don't you love my jacket? It's so cool. The problem is it's actually super hot today because, I don't know, I guess cloud cover keeps the air in, so it's actually quite hot. Anyway, okay, so the first premise in this argument is that the phone remembers things so that I don't have to. It was specifically designed to do those kind of things. Like at some point in this technological journey, I don't know, maybe for me it was like high school, my phone just became the default place for me to store things, whether it's on my calendar app for birthdays, events, notification, like those kind of things. Autofill remembers all of my passwords. That came more recently, whereas Google, or you've got Keychain on Apple, or you've got like 1Password. It is safer, but it became the default place to do it. The Photos app, whether you have Google Photos or another Photos app, remembers your memories, brings up and says, hey, what happened a year ago on this day? You're like, oh my gosh, it's been a year since that? Wow. Voice assistants now are the newer thing, I think, where you say, hey Siri or Alexa or hey Google, please remind me at 5 o'clock today to wash the dishes, whatever. All of these things were specifically designed for that exact reason, to offload our brains, which means we can remember a lot more stuff. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a tour of the stuff here. This is a self-driving car. So it is remote controlled, which is pretty cool. Then there's these big robots walking around. Then over here, this is a drone cage inside here. So it's got netting, as you can see, where drones fly, because they obviously do, there's a lot of work done on autonomous vehicles and drones. That's all I can say about the drones. But yeah, very, very cool. And then obviously the other labs have different robots. Like this one is for like walking, like you actually go inside it, put your legs inside it. Okay, so the next premise is that this technology is specifically designed to help you remember by allowing your brain to forget. Let me explain a little bit. The interface is designed so that it helps you remember. All of these things, remember this day, are you still watching? All of this kind of stuff reinforce this notion of passive remembering. It will be like, my phone will remind me, I don't need to remember. Just as I put it in my phone, a few weeks ago, I remember being like, hey, Siri, remind me on this day to message Tevin about this. The system doesn't just help you with your memory. It actually trains you to stop using your own. It's not just that I can now forget things. It's more that I've been trained that I actually can, because life will continue with my technology helping me to remember it. And this is the guy that I sit next to. It's a robot that can do robot stuff and pick up things. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, I'm sitting in front of this machine over here. It's right in front of you that is actually tracking my eyes. So you put your face here and it will track exactly where I look for microseconds. It's pretty crazy. Oh, sorry about that sound. But our third premise, it's a little bit later in the day, is the notion of offloading memory changes how we think. Now, when I forget something now, I don't actually go to my brain and be like, oh, what did I forget? Oh, let me remember. It's more like, oh, let me just go check my notes, or let me go check my calendar, or let me go check my phone. It's that default behavior that becomes interesting. Psychology studies have found that when people know that they can access information later, they actually stop remembering, or at least stop retaining less information. It's known as the Google effect or digital amnesia. The thing is, memory is deeply tied to our identity and the narrative part of our life. When we describe ourselves or we describe stories, we go back on our memories. So if we are remembering less, do we lose parts of how we reflect, how we interpret pain, how we interpret happiness and sadness, and quite importantly, telling stories? So I was just thinking, after I went for a wee, what happens if like Google stops syncing, or Apple stops syncing, or something goes wrong with their data and corrupts it? Like my whole calendar that's got months, years, plans in advance will just die. Like I won't be able to get that data back. I have no idea when Sarah's birthday is. Crazy. What I find the most interesting and kind of scary is that the notion of remembering, or this outsourcing memory, may not be neutral. Come here. We're allowing Google or Apple or, I don't know, these other companies to reinterpret what we are remembering. Now, these companies curate, they delete, they decide when to say, remember this day. They decide when the memories are important for us to go back onto. Does this mean that the memories are no longer ours? Does this mean that the emotions that they invoke are not controlled necessarily by me? Why does it decide that this memory is an important one and not that one? These memories are sitting in the cloud. Are they still mine? I have meetings with my supervisor today, so that's going to be an interesting one. I don't have too much to show, but yeah, I got a little bit, which is quite cool. When this model is finished building, then I can run some stuff through it. I'm quite excited to see the outcome of that also. I remembered another thing. When I was a kid, I knew my parents' phone numbers off by heart. If there was an emergency, I'd know how to call them. Now, okay, I still remember them, but my friends, I don't know any of their numbers. I don't even know my own personal number. Sometimes I forget it. It's crazy what my phone knows. And it's home time on a Friday. It's around about 3 o'clock now, so I'm leaving a little bit early, but I'm still carrying the laptop. It's kind of annoying, but we're at 41%. Tomorrow's Saturday, so it'll definitely finish over the weekend, so I can do some work with it on Monday. Yeah, the meeting went well. He was pretty happy. He says that I have a lot of ideas, which is a good thing. He asked me, did I learn to come up with ideas in my master's? And I was like, no, I don't think there was a particular course for that. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna go see these guys. Okay, so we're back home now, and we're gonna honor our calendar and head to the beach. So we're gonna have to swap out this camera for the GoPro, so I will see you then. And we're on the GoPro. Let's head out to the tram station. So Rusty Man and I are just waiting for our friend. We're back at the university and we're gonna head to the beach. I'm excited. So I was thinking while I was waiting for my friend, oh, I look like I have a halo on my head. My browser knows all of my passwords and I don't. I really don't know. If I didn't have my browser or like my password manager, I wouldn't be able to log into anything. How crazy is that? We're very overexposed, but we're heading to the beach. So we're at the beach. Oh wait, the sun is better this way. So we're at the beach now. Smile. Hey. Now we're gonna find something to eat. Wait, cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers. I might have the taco and chicken.
Nice. So guess what time it is? It is about 8 o'clock, I think.
I think it's 7.
Oh, 7:15, you are right. And now we're sitting at the beach.
Oh, it's the 10th time I'm yawning.
Yeah, you need to go home and sleep, bruh. Okay, so I'm sitting here at the beach. I hope you can hear me. As you can see, I'm still at the beach. It's almost 8 o'clock here. My friend Jen has left. She has to go back to Amsterdam, which is going to take her quite a while. But I thought I'd close out the vlog here. And I used to think that forgetting was a flaw, something that technology could fix. But now I see it a little bit different. Memory isn't just a tool for storing facts. It's how we reflect, how we grow, and how we become who we are. And little by little, I've handed that over to apps, to algorithms, to systems. I didn't mean to like outsource my memory. I just wanted things to be a little bit easier. But now I wonder, like, what happens when I can't remember certain things without them? What happens if some of my memories are... Ooh, I am so overexposed. Let me go here. What happens when some of my memories only exist or only get triggered once technology is involved? Like, what happens if I'm sitting on a porch, a grandma one day, and I don't have access to my cloud? and I don't forget about certain memories. I don't think the key is to stop using technology, because my brain can't handle the amount of information that I need to process on a daily basis. But I do think that I need to be a little bit more conscious in certain things. Like I have a note that tells you how many beds that I've slept in this year. I think currently it's sitting at like 11. Last year it reached like more than 20 beds. I don't know why I have that, but like it's also kind of a nice recall of what happened that year. So I'm a little bit conflicted by the tension of what technology brings and how to handle it. But I think maybe just being aware is good enough. It's around just after maybe like 8:30. I'm gonna go get an ice cream because I'm an adult and adults get ice cream at 8:30. Ice cream required. Pretty good ice cream as well. That's my view. Cool thing here is they have a bike pump. So see this thing over here? I'm gonna pump up my tires because it's so much easier than foot pumping it. That was a good Friday. You don't think I forgot about you while I was gallivanting at the beach? If you were interested, my model is sitting at 52%. So Sunday it should be fully trained, and then we can analyze it on Monday. So that works out. But that poor laptop is really putting the work in. It feels like it's working harder than I am. Anyway, we have our thought experiment for this lovely Friday evening. It's called the locked box. Imagine you carry a small, beautiful box with you. Inside are all your to-do lists, passwords, past photos, journal entries, everything that's important to you. One day you realize you don't remember your best friend's phone number, or your father's birthday, or what your handwriting actually looks like. You check the box, it's all there. You feel calm. But then you flip it over and you see a sticker. Property of Google. Access may be revoked. How much of you lives in the box now? I am now going to do my Duolingo. It's late and I'm annoyed that I have to do it, but I'll see you on Saturday. Thanks for coming along today.